Ever wondered what life inside a real Amish farmhouse looks like? Not the staged postcard version, not a barn with horses posed out front, but the actual kitchen where meals are made, the bedrooms where kids sleep, and the woodwork that tells stories about tradition, craftsmanship, and daily life. Today, we're going deep into this home on Dutcher Road in Gladwin, Michigan. A sprawling 40-acre Amish farmstead with a huge traditional home that reflects both humble simplicity and honest craftsmanship. This is the Amish property tour you didn't know you needed, where every corner tells a story, and every room reveals something fascinating about how this family lived and worked. Let's go, starting with the land itself. When you first approach this property, the first thing you notice isn't the house, it's the land. 40 acres of open fields and tree lines stretching into the Michigan horizon. This kind of acreage wasn't just for looks, it was farmland, pasture, gardens, orchards, and likely room enough for draft horses, tool sheds, and the everyday work that sustained an Amish household. In Amish life, land isn't just land, it's livelihood, where work meets rhythm, and every season brings a new set of chores and expectations. Here's the main house itself. Now, this isn't some tiny cottage tucked into the woods. This is a large, traditional Amish farmhouse, and it was described in one listing as having vaulted ceilings, white oak floors, and wood trim throughout. Details that reflect craftsmanship and an appreciation of solid materials. Notice the simple lines: classic gabled roof, wide porch space, clean white exterior, and sturdy construction. Unlike fancy architectural showpieces, an Amish home is built with function first. Strong bones that will last decades. This covered front porch, wide and welcoming, would have been an essential part of daily life. In Amish communities, porches aren't just for decoration. They're where neighbors stop to chat after barn chores, where elders take an afternoon break, and sometimes where a family munches fresh bread straight out of the oven. Stepping inside, we come first to the heart of any Amish home, the kitchen. Look at that space. Big, open, built to handle more than just cooking for a nuclear family. Kitchens like this were built for large gatherings, extended family dinners, and work that never stops. Note the wood floors, oak or another hardwood, worn smooth with use but clearly well cared for. That's typical of Amish homes, floors that can withstand decades of foot traffic. Here's where the practicality really shows. Amish kitchens often have large stoves, sometimes wood or propane-fueled, built to last and to be serviceable without fancy electronics. The cabinets are simple, handcrafted, and durable, designed to be used every single day without fuss. Every pot, every drawer, every shelf has its place, because this is a home where cooking, baking, and food preparation isn't a weekly chore, it's daily life. And here's the work table, big enough to make bread for a crowd. Notice there's no decorative clutter, no unnecessary gadgets, just space built for purpose. In many Amish homes, a giant work table like this is where whole families gather to knead dough, shell peas, sort vegetables, all the everyday tasks that keep a household running. Look at this cabinetry. See how it's solid wood, probably custom built from trees grown in the area or milled locally? Amish homes almost always have locally crafted woodwork built by craftsmen in their community who know these materials intimately. You don't see veneer or particle board here, just honest building that's meant to last lifetimes. Just off the kitchen is the living space, open, connected, and simple. In Amish tradition, the kitchen and living area are often one large space. That isn't a modern design trend, it's practical. It keeps warmth from the stove circulating, it keeps everyone in sight during meals and chores, and it cements this area as the heart of daily family life. Notice there aren't televisions or elaborate electronics here. That's because many Amish communities limit or reject electrical hookup indoors. What you do see are oil lamps, sturdy wood furniture, handmade rugs, and woven textiles, things that bring comfort without distraction. Here's a great shot of one of the traditional oil lamps hanging from the ceiling. Amish homes typically rely on oil lighting or low-voltage battery systems instead of conventional electricity. These lamps aren't just functional, they cast a warm glow that changes the feel of a room, making it softer, calmer, slower. And you'll notice heat shields or hooks in the ceiling, real indicators of how lighting and heating are adapted to Amish living. One thing newcomers to Amish homes are often surprised by? Curtains. Amish homes almost always have curtains, simply to softer light and privacy, but rarely blinds or fancy drapes. They're minimal, just enough to soften the sun and let family life carry on with dignity and warmth. Here's a close-up of that, reminding us that Amish homes are private spaces, not showrooms, but not bare boxes either. Now we move upstairs to one of the bedrooms. Amish homes, especially older or traditional ones, tend to have many bedrooms because Amish families are historically large. It's common to see homes with multiple children's rooms, guest rooms, storage rooms, and spaces that serve double duty. The furniture here, once again, all wood, all built to last, likely made by members of the community or a nearby Amish craftsman. In children's rooms, you see a little more personality, maybe a colorful quilt, simple toys, a map, or a practical study desk. Unlike novelty bedrooms with flashy decor, every item here has meaning or function. Here's the parents' room. Notice the lack of clutter, but also the essential comfort. Solid bed frame, practical storage, and likely enough space for a crib or bassinet if a new child were expected. In Amish culture, bedrooms sometimes serve double functions: guest spaces, prayer spaces, or quiet work areas. Interestingly, many traditional Amish homes don't have conventional indoor plumbing for bathrooms, instead using outdoor outhouses or modest plumbing setups for wash basins and basic water needs. That's not discomfort. That's choice rooted in values around simplicity and independence. Here's a shot of the basement: bare floors, rough walls, shelves of pans, tools, and storage jars. Amish basements often double as workspaces: canning zones, tool rooms, laundry areas, and storage for the harvest. Now we step outside to see the barns and outbuildings, essential structures on any Amish farm. These aren't decorative sheds. They're functional shelters for buggies, tools, feed, livestock, and tractors in the more progressive communities. Even if horses aren't pictured, the design tells you right away. This property was built for hard work. Look at the massive sliding doors and heavy timbers here. Amish barns are built to last generations, no nails holding things together where wood pegs can do the job better. Everything about this barn screams utility, durability, tradition. Sometimes in Amish yards, you'll spot hints of play: old basketball hoops, swings, wheelbarrows, reminders that life here isn't all work, it's family life too. Back out in the open fields, you're reminded that this property isn't just a house, it's land to be lived on, worked, planted, harvested, and enjoyed throughout the seasons. It's the backdrop of Amish life, where work and home merge. So what's all this worth? Public record shows the property was sold in the past for around $158,850, with current public estimates placing its value well into the mid-hundreds of thousands. But beyond dollars, what you're getting here isn't just acreage and buildings. It's a glimpse into a way of life that few people ever get to see so intimately. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into this Amish masterpiece on Dutcher Road, a true Amish homestead that tells a story with every floorboard, every farm field, and every handcrafted detail. I want to know, what part of this tour surprised you most? The massive kitchen? The simple bedrooms? The land? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this tour and want to see more Amish homes, from tiny cabins to large farm estates, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Until next time, thanks for watching.